This is the KUSI News at 6.
Changes are being made to the California State College curriculum for the first time in 40 years. Students in the CSU system will have to take ethnic and social justice classes in order to graduate. The California State University Board of Trustees approved the idea yesterday. The requirement will go into effect in 3 years. The proposal was written by San Diego Democrat Dr. Shirley Weber. San Diego County has 2 colleges in the CSU system, San Diego State and CSU San Marcos. And joining us from the San Diego County Board of Education to talk to us about that new requirement is Mark Powell. Mark, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, this mandate was met with some resistance. The state superintendent of public instruction actually voted against it. What are your thoughts on college students required to take these ethnic studies or social justice classes to graduate?
Well, it's long overdue for us to move forward in that direction. There's just a little bit of concern regarding which version of ethnic studies curriculum is going to be the one implemented, because there is an assembly bill, 1460, that is waiting to be sent to the governor for signing, which is a little bit more strict than the one that the CSU educators put together.
What do you mean by that? What's the difference in the 2 versions other than one is more strict than the other? What does that mean?
The version that's set forth by the State Assembly, 1460, is very precise in that the ethnic study courses are going to be African American studies, Asian American studies, Native American studies, and Latina studies. There's no room for very much deviation on that. The CSU program allows students to replace one of those courses with a social justice course, for example, on police misconduct or Islamic studies, studies that have to do with Islamic studies. So there's not that much flexibility with the one from the state. There's a little bit more discretion with the from the CSU study.
Yeah, which one do you like better? The one that allows students to replace a course with social justice, or the one that's more defined?
Okay, that's an excellent question. What I would like to see overall, regardless of which study they implement, they have portions of social justice, and they're not setting it up to be some type of oppressor-oppressed situation that can create more animosity in we already have a very racially charged situation going on right now. So whichever curriculum is implemented, the more we know, the better we can be. We need to decide on how we're going to move forward. And then the California Department of Education is not far behind from implementing their ethnic studies course for high schoolers. So we're going to see that coming up here very shortly as well.
Now, I'm assuming, I know for sure, because I went to school, I know that these classes are electives. You can elect to take one of these ethnic study courses, one of these social justice courses, and I see the value in them. Why do you think it was necessary to make it a requirement now?
Well, the state legislator has been pushing a long time to have this as a requirement for graduation. And when the CSU system saw that this might become law, they implemented their own ethnic studies curriculum. Now, the reason why is that do we want legislators to dictate what colleges are going to
or the
teach,
educators.
or do we want the educators? That's kind of the dilemma that everybody's in right now with this ethics studies curriculum.
So how can parents and anyone interested in this be sure that the people, just like you talked about, the people that are teaching this, that it's not going to fuel the undercurrent that's already percolating out there? It's not going to fuel that, but it will just be educational.
And that's another great question, because if you start to see this curriculum having a bias towards one political view or one agenda, we're going to have difficulties. But note that professors in universities have lots of leeway when it comes to teaching, far greater than they do in the public K-12 system, where the ethnic studies curriculum will be more scripted than what they can use at the university. So what we have to do is we have to keep our eye out, and we just hope that we all do better, because we need to heal and we need to move forward with a positive ethnic study curriculum. It's been long overdue.
All right, Mark Powell with the San Diego County Board of Education. Thanks so much for joining us. That was great perspective.
Thank you.